So let's go ahead and get into our predictions for the 104th Indianapolis 500-mile race. We're going to give you our Rookie of the Year prediction, our Dark Horse prediction, and who we think is going to win the whole thing. Rookie of the Year for me, it's going to be Alex Palou. I think he's going to have a good race. He starts 7th.
Rookie of the Year, I'm going Rinus VeeKay. I think when push comes to shove, Alex Palou it's going to be an eye-opener when 33 cars are on the track at the same time. There's no fans in the stands, but coming into turn 1, 3, possibly 4 wide at over 200 miles an hour it's something he's never truly experienced. And I think that's going to be rough for him. Now Rinus VeeKay hasn't experienced it either, but at least Rinus VeeKay has been around the track enough.
As far as the dark horse for the race, even though he kind of qualifies mid-pack, I think I'm going to go with Connor Daly. I think, he had raced really well in practice. He doesn't start that far back in the field, and he's kind of, I don't know. I feel like, he's due to have a good run. So I think
he had a great run last year. All right, so I love your dark horse pick of Connor Daly, but also don't sleep on Elio. He's starting way back in the pack, but that kind of gets me to my point here about who I think is going to win. I'm actually going to go with Elio as the winner just because why not? Why not? Give him number 4. But I am actually much more confident in the Chevys come race day than I am in the Hondas. It was pretty evident that the Chevys they weren't focused on trying to get the figure out the right setup for qualifying. They knew, hey, we're not going to have as many practice days. It's going to be a much different scenarios this year. Push comes to shove, let's give ourselves an advantage when it comes to race day, and let's figure that out early so that way we know what kind of adjustments we need to make. I mean, they were basically starting race trim from the get-go.
I think he could make some hay in the race, but who I think is going to win, you know what? We've talked about him a lot on the podcast. I included him on my Indianapolis 500 Super Team, which is our most listened to podcast. If you want to go check that out, anywhere podcasts can be heard, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. We've talked about him a lot on this show. He actually, when we were on SoundCloud too, was the topic of our most listened to podcast on SoundCloud. So that's a fun fact. Anyway, Scott Dixon is my pick to win the race. It's kind of, he's had such a great season so far that I can't really bet against him. I mean, he's, won the first, he starts second in the Indy 500. He's won the first 3 races of the season. He's won an Indianapolis 500 before. What would kind of put, of his storied career, what would kind of put the, cherry on top would be multiple Indy 500s.